I guess we can say heat it up. I mean, no one cares what seed they are. They just want to make sure that they're in, is what it seems like to me in NBA action. We got 2 ones for you to break down: Celtics, Knicks, Heat, Raptors. Let's start off here with the Celtics taking on the Knicks here. What's injury report looking like, Joe? How's that going to affect how you're betting this one? And what do you think people should be looking to bet heading into 7:30 tip on this one?
Yeah, listen, the Knicks have been better at home than they've been anyplace else this year, right? We are, overnight, this was 1.5 Knicks. You wake up this morning, it's 4.5, and it's pretty much steady right there. We are starting to see a little bit of over money come in this one, but really it's about, all right, Jaylen Brown is still questionable. So is Brown going? Is he not? Does it really matter? Sam Hauser's also here. Derek White is questionable. I tend to think at Madison Square Garden, all of the Celtics will be playing here tonight. I think a win for Boston locks them in to that number 2 seed. I think a win for the Knicks brings them that much closer to the Celtics here, and they own the tiebreaker. So, yeah, I would expect the best foot forward here for Boston, and if that's the case, if you're going to give me Jaylen Brown and everybody else available here for Boston, and you want to give me 4.5 points, because they're pricing this right now, and they're betting this as if they know what the final score is, and that Boston's sitting everybody. I don't know about that, because these two teams likely are going to face each other in the playoffs anyway. And do you really want to give the Knicks an opportunity to be like, yeah, we already beat your ass once here, we'll do it again? Doesn't feel very Celtics-like to me. So right now, and I don't care if Brown plays or he doesn't, as long as Tatum is in there, I'm leaning taking the points here. And I do lean over, because if the Knicks are gonna win this game and they're gonna cover the spread, it's likely going over. But I think if you like Boston, you probably got to look at the under at this point, 216 and a half, as the number keeps getting bet up. Not me. I think Boston and the under is the way to look at it in this one.
Joe, before we talk game 2 here in the 2-game set for you, which is an interesting schedule spot with basically a back-to-back they played on Tuesday with Miami, Toronto. What do you got rocking? WT.buzz/JR is where you can hop aboard. And trust me, folks, you want to hop aboard because you've been seeing it pretty damn well, Joe.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a great way to close out the tournament with UConn getting it done at 5% there with the 7.5 points. Congrats, Michigan. Okay. But we do have Major League Baseball. It's not a big slate, but there is one game that was absolutely circled 4% up at my pledge top play right now here. Also, one in the NBA, in fact, also. Really like this one. So 1-1 today. I'm not the biggest of slates, but the value is certainly there for us here today.
Do the Raptors sweep the Heat for the season?
Yeah. So it's a perfect question by our man Triple F there, because Joe, the second game we wanted you to talk about was this Miami-Toronto game. Toronto's beat them 3 times. And on Tuesday, let's be real, like Miami looked like a team who was like, yeah, we're in the play-in. What do we care? You know what I mean? Does that change tonight? How are you looking to bet this one?
They're 3-9 straight up in their last, 12 games? I mean, they are just like, I don't even recognize this team. They got everyone healthy, and they suck. It makes absolutely no sense for a Spoelstra-driven team. Now, it's very hard to go with these back-to-back spots and, sweep a team for the season series. They are healthy. Norman Powell has been ruled in here. But it's another one of these spots where the money's starting to come in. It was 4.5. It's now down to 3.5. So the Miami money is starting to come in. I would lean that way. But looking at the last 3 games that they have played, styles make fights. And for whatever reason, Miami can't play at their tempo or their pace. Toronto is dictated in 3 games exactly how these games go. Miami has gone, 91 points? What did they just score? 96? I think the first game was 94 or 95. They are yet to score 100 points against this Toronto Raptors team this year, and yet they drop 150 on everyone else. but they can't get to the same rhythm and the same tempo, which is kudos to Toronto's defense. Toronto needs this game more than Miami. Miami's locked into the 10th seed there. I mean, they're going to have to win 2 games to go anywhere. But the reality is Toronto doesn't want to be in the play-in. Toronto's got to keep winning. If anything, I'm looking at the under here tonight. And quite honestly, I hope more Miami money comes in because I'll be playing their team total under. 3 games and 3 under 100 performances tells me everything you need to know about the matchup with the Raptors and the Heat.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And that's a man who's down there in the South Bay getting you ready to go.
And it pains me.
I know you don't want to bet the unders. You just go where the numbers tell Joe to go. He doesn't want to be there,
Correct.
folks, but he does not fear going where no man else wants to go.